just thought I'd make something out of the gel prints today. I've got a big punch. I think it's 3 inches, is it? I'm not sure. Oh, this woodware anyway, Craft Selection, but it's quite big. Let's have a look. Yeah, 3 inch. I thought it was. So it's 3 inches across there. Right, okay. So what I want to do is just layer it. I stuck one of these gel prints to some card, and that's all. Cut it down to 4 3/8 by 6.5. Okay, there. And then I cut this one, I think 4 by 4. I think 4 by 4. Yeah. So got the punch in the middle and punched it out. And what I'm going to do is I want to alter this one because I don't really like it. So whatever happens to it doesn't matter, but we might have some of the print left, we might not. No idea what's going to happen yet. But that's going to be covered eventually, so I'm not going to worry about that. Yeah, so that's going to go like there. I'm going to keep this like that. Okay, but may do that up a bit. This is going to go here, and I like that there, you know, like this behind showing through, but I'm not sure what's going to happen to it yet, so it might not be there. We shall see. And then that is going to be stitched eventually to this piece of paper. Okay, so because I want a pocket. All right, so, and I might put acetate on that window, or vellum or something, not sure what yet. And we'll go from there, or we could decorate it with cogs around here, not sure, but that's what I'm doing, something like that. Okay, and then that can go in, and it will be a pocket as well. That won't be double-sided, but that'll be just cut off, which I can do now. I think just make sure I've got a bit of overlap, and then I'll cut it off, and then we're ready to play around with a bit of paint. Right, I'll just go and cut that down. Okay, I've done that, and I've also marked the top and the bottom of this because I'm going to gesso these bits, all right, but I don't actually want to gesso this here because I quite like the way that looks. All right, so no idea what's going to happen here. I'm going to gesso these as well, just to give them a bit of protection. I've got some of that gesso at the moment. It was gifted to me, so absolutely lovely, actually. Really nice. I think I'll use a credit card today. So I'm just gonna do up there and put down here and the sides. I'm not worrying about how it goes on because, again, it's added texture, so I'll go in, pick a bit up, okay, add a bit of texture to that. Okay, the same with that one, whatever's left. Don't I make a mess? Yeah. Nice bit of texture there. Okay, so that's all nice and dry and everything. I do want to add a bit of tea stain. I am going to stamp and emboss this, but with just vintage photo, I'm not worried about the colour or anything like that, because I'm going to put gilding wax over the top. So it just gives me a raise effect. Alright, but I think I'm going to add a little bit of tea stain and everything, which is, this is the Tim Holtz Distress Stain. Okay. Just need a little bit of something going on. Right, that's all nice and dry. I'm not going to worry about any of that for a moment. Okay, I'm going to do this, and I don't mind if this happens. You know, it's actually okay if it peels back and everything. Anything, I quite like that. Okay. That's that. I'm going to stamp and emboss this. Any clear embossing powder will do, but I've just got this one out, so I'm going to use that. So, Versamark, or again, any clear embossing powder that you've got. Ink. You've got, these are quite sticky ones, so they work quite well, really. Okay, just give a bit of texture. Let's see it better once this is on. Yep, that's cool. Again, we're just using that one stamp. I will use some more in a minute though. Yeah, you might not be able to see that, okay, but it's there. Okay, it acts as a bit of a resist until I want to do something with it. I mean, these are all very old techniques. We used to do these years ago, and it's so nice that some of you are now, you know, doing them, and you're going, oh gosh, yeah, I can remember doing that, and thank you for reminding us. You know, you can bring it into your junk journals, you know, make them a little bit more creative. You know, you can still use a DigiKit, of course you can, which I do from my backbone of my pages, and then work from there. Okay, so that's that. Don't know what I'm doing now. Right, I need to add a bit of colour. Okay, and I'm going to be brave, and I do want to use a bit of this, but I'm going to just glue some of these bits down as well. I want to cut some of these out. That's sequin waste. I think there is a name for it, but I can't remember. I'm just gonna sort of cut some random shapes out, really. What do I want? That might be quite nice. Cut that bit off after. Right, I don't want it there, I want it like that. So I'm going to put a bit of that on there. And maybe in the corner. Yeah. Sink a little bit there. Like that. So as well, I've jelly printed with it, so and now I'm using it on here. Okay, I think we're all right now. I do want to ink up around the inside, get that done now. Okay. What I'm going to do is put, because of that's going there, alright, I'm just going to do a bit of stamping up here, or actually I'm going to do a bit of texture paste, I think, with some numbers for a stencil. Got this one here, so I'm just going to do a bit at the top with that, and that can be drying while we're playing with this one. That just come to me. It'll be quite nice if that's poking through the top. Another one that was gifted to me. Give that a wipe straight away. Or put it into some warm soapy water. Okay. Okay, that's the one in case I didn't show you properly. Okay, that's the make. It's a really nice one actually. I mean, there's loads of nice ones. So okay. That's that. And I know we got the other thing as well that's going to go down. Because this is going to be major grungy. But this one I'm keeping quite neutral. Okay, and there's these two that I want to add colour and everything to. I'll tell you what I do want is a little bit of honey. Something like that. What have I got? Brush quartering. What's that like? I've forgotten. Let's have a look. Oh, that might be all right actually. Let's have a look. No, I want honey. that and that mix might be quite nice. Oh, I know what I was going to do. Oops. Let's go on my work of art. I'm working on. Never know what we're going to... I'm going to work on that side. That one's got leaves on, so... Okay. Right. And then I'm just going to sort of randomly do that. And I'm going to have a bit of that on there because I want to add a bit of blue in a minute, you see. So tone down in a minute. Let's do that. Let's be brave. Oops. A bit of water. Okay, all right, that's all dry. So I'm now gonna have a little bit of peacock feathers, distress oxide. So it's quite strong, this one. I don't think I've got it in the ink, so distress ink, which I prefer that one because it's transparent. But they still have their place, you know, they all do. Just don't want too much. But I still want it quite random. Okay. That's that. Don't need that there anyway. Okay, oh, I want a bit up there actually. Okay, so it mixes with the yellow and it makes like a greeny colour, which is what I want. That's going quite bright actually. Right, okay, I just need something. Keep working on my art. See what we make of this one day. You will see it in future videos. Okay. I think that's dry. Okay, and what I want to do is a bit more vintage photo. Let's still leave that in the background, you see, so that is great. I'll do that, but don't need to. Perfect. Spritz with a bit of water. I hold it quite a way away. Oh, and then do that. I'm about 16 inches away, I suppose. But again, it will be depend on your spray bottle. This one's quite fierce. I've got a little spritzer somewhere, but I don't know where it is. Right, where's me doobrey? Look at that coming on. Isn't that great? Love that. Right, just a quick glass. It's not too wet now. I've done that, so. Okay, now some gilding wax. Yeah, I'm liking that. Oh, shall we use a bit? Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use my rust. I've changed my mind, folks. Right, this one you only got to worry about what's at the top and the bottom. This one is that you do see it all, yeah? So I am still doing gilding wax, mind. I'm sure I had a dark brown one. I did. There we are. I thought I did. It's a real horrible colour, but it sort of works. Okay. Right, they need to dry, but what I'm going to do is I do want a little bit more blue coming through there. What did I use? Peacock feathers, wasn't it? Mermaid Lagoon. Okay. Okay, so good old wax crayons. I'm just going to put it in there. Considering it's my favourite colour. I had to stay away from it, you see, because I whatever I used in my art journal, whatever I drew rather, it always came up with blue in it, this colour. So that's why I tend to stay away from it, because I love it. I think we need some. I mean, some of this won't show because I'm going over again with gilding wax. So, just need a little bit more in there. I don't think you even see that, actually. Let's go up there a bit. And come down here. Okay, like that. So you don't really need whatever happened in the background. Doesn't really do much. You know, it could be any type of card you use really for this sort of technique, but that gave me that piece of, you know, this gave me the inspiration for the rest of it, you know, so that's why I cut it up, and it is something that I wouldn't have used like that anyway. So that's how my mind works, because I know a few of you say, well, why did you cover that up? And I'm like, because that's what it leads to, you know. I have no plan when I do things like this. I just wait for it to happen. Okay. And that, you know, you've still got all this texture in the background. How cool is that? Steampunk. Now we go with copper. Right. This is where I totally cover it over. Let's get on that. Now hopefully you can see what's going on. Yeah, and see that all in the background now that we stamped and everything. Yeah. That's looking great. Yeah. Right, let's have a look. We've got contrast that we want. So it's look a little bit yellow there. It's a better colour when the gesso is underneath than because I didn't put any gesso there. And when you do that, it tends to go a bit yellow. But here it doesn't. But it's okay because it still goes. And I think that will be all right, you know, because we do want contrast, you know, separate the two things. Right, acetate. These are just laser printing ones you can that I've had for, oh gosh, donkey's years. So it's really, really thin. Right, okay. Stick that there because I actually want a pocket, so you must make sure it's stuck well down the edges here. Okay, it's all stuck down nicely. Okay, and it's going to go similar to that, but I'm going to do a little bit of stamping with this alphabet stamp here, I think. Yeah, I just want a bit up there and a bit down there, not much. Right, so that's done. So what I'm going to do now is stitch around there with black thread. Do I have a pocket? I think I am going to have a pocket. Yeah, let's let it be a purpose, I think. So I'm going to stitch around the heart, I think, in black thread. Okay, and I'm going to stitch there, and then I'm going to stitch this onto that. Okay, so I'll go and do that first. Okay, that's all stitched around. Okay, got my pocket here now. All right, and I'm going to glue that on right the way down. That's not going to be another pocket. So it's a real mixed media piece. Go and have a look at where to put it in the journal. I had a little peek. I think I'll put a little sticky note there where I think it will look nice. So you've got a bit of copper going on here, we've got a bit of yellow there, and I think that will be nice. And also, you know, to put some kind of decoration coming here somewhere, but I'm not sure what yet. Right, now we could do a pocket in here as well, so I think that's what I'm going to do. So it's a sort of pocket that you don't really need anything in. Do you normally in here, because that still looks okay, but if you have, then right. So I come up with one of the Tim Holtz boys that sat perfectly on there, and I thought that looked quite good. And then I had a little ticket with two hats on, and I cut one out and it actually fit the small paper doll there, so that was great. And then that was taken from the stamp Tim Holtz. Sorry, I'm trying to find it. Okay, and I just took out Create a Timeless Story and put that at the top. And I think that's finished now. And again, thank you very much everybody for watching. Just thought I'd show you that little bit that I'd added. Okay then, bye.